Hello Pisces, Mystic GLoLady here. This is your divinatory teaching for September 2015. And yes, this is a new format. And yes, this is a prototype. And no, this is definitely not the finished version. But I'd like to make the cheat sheets so that it's easier for you to learn astrology. So when you listen to myself and others when we talk astrology, you can better understand. Okay? So what we do for general readings is put your sun sign, Pisces, into the first house. Now, if this were your ascendant, your birth chart would be set up with your ascendant in the first house. So, Pisces, if this does not ring true to you, please look for your ascendant, your time of birth, and listen to that, because that goes in your first house. And then the planets, their actions will be more in tuned to your birth chart. Other than that, this is a general reading, and you have to look at it symbolically. Okay, at the end of the astrological part, I will be doing a tarot reading, so stick around for that also. Now, Pisces, okay, we have Neptune in our sign, and Pisces is opposite the Sun in Virgo. Okay, the Sun is in Virgo at 8 degrees of Pisces. Oops, sorry about that. I'm trying to get it so I hold it still and not multitask, and put that other paper on the table. Ay. Pisces, we tend to do things like that, don't we? We go in one direction and flip around and go the other. And that is our sun sign. Going back to the Sun being in Virgo, the Sun being opposite Neptune in Pisces. And that will help us to see our relationships clearer. Now, the Sun going into Virgo in your 7th house of partnerships, it's going to be shining on your partnerships, marriage, contracts, relationships in Virgo. It has that energy of the organized, analytical, practical. All right, 2 words that describe Virgo is I analyze. So what relationships are you going to be analyzing in the month of September? Now, we have a whole lot of planetary aspects and influences, that a whole lot of energy coming up. All right, and the new moon is going to be on the 14th. And that is at 20 degrees of Virgo. Okay, the new moon is in the sign of the sun sign. Okay, so on the 14th, 13th, depending on where you live, there's going to be a new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. And Pisces, it is going to be in your 7th house. Are you planning on some new emotional relationships? Are you looking at new beginnings, possibly seeing relationships in a new manner? Okay, the moon rules Cancer. Okay, here we have that full moon. Now I'm going to be putting a picture up and letting you see what magical occurrences will happen at lunar eclipses. Okay, this lunar eclipse is at 4 degrees of Aries. And 4 degrees of Aries is my ascendant. So I am looking forward to what is going to be changing on the 27th. Okay, the end of the month, what am I going to be letting go of? What are you going to be letting go of? Going into Aries, your 2nd house, the I am, the independence, courage, pioneer in the 2nd house of earnings, wealth, possessions. The full moon, what are you letting go of? Or are you letting go of things that do not work? Or are you letting go of belief systems? What are you going to be letting go of? On the lunar eclipse in 2006, I took a photograph of my fairy mugshot. And, excuse me, people say that orbs are bugs, and I say yes, and this bug stopped and posed for me. What do you think? Mercury. Mercury is that planet of communications. Alright, it's that active intelligence of your mind. It stands for siblings, relatives, the mind, logic, reason, communication, and Mercury is going retrograde. Yep, you see what that says? Electrical, mechanical, communication, breakdown. And this Mercury is going to be a doozy. I was talking about all this energy that's going to be going on. I will be doing another video that is talking specifically about that energy that is going on. I'm going to be talking about the eclipses and also the fall equinox that will be on the 23rd, because there's a whole lot of planetary shifts that are happening right now. And Mercury going retrograde, and I can feel it now. At the beginning of the month, it starts out at 5 degrees of Libra, and it's like, where is that balance? Okay, on the 17th, it goes retrograde at 15 degrees, halfway through Libra, and it goes all the way back at 7 degrees at the end of the month. It will be at 0 degrees when it goes direct on the 9th of October. Okay, so Mercury retrograde means, okay, Mercury retrograde means getting everything in order. Okay, you got to get things in order. Now, Libra is in your 8th house, your 8th house of inheritance, taxes, past life relationships, other people's money. Are you balancing? Are you talking about balancing? Okay, the idealistic, sociable. What are you communicating with other people's money? And if that is the case, then you have to also remember, being that Mercury is in retrograde, it is not the ideal time in which to sign contracts. If you have to sign a contract, make sure that you fine-tooth it, have someone else look at it to make sure that what you want is in that contract. If you have to buy something new, make sure that you do buy the warranty. Okay, electrical, mechanical, communication, breakdowns. Mercury is notorious for those things when it is retrograde. Even if it's in Libra, and Libra is in that balance, okay, it doesn't always mean that the communication will be balanced. So check the air in your tires, check the water in your vehicles. That is Mercury retrograde. If it can break down, it will be most probable during that time. Now Venus, that goddess of love and beauty, it is in your 6th house with Leo. Okay, Leo roaring. Leo is 6th house of health, service, work, daily routine. Leo energy, the pride, confidence, the performer. Okay, Venus is in there. Now remember, Venus is retrograde. So all that laziness, drama, and focus on money that has been around you lately, possibly in you lately, Venus is going to be going direct on the 6th. It will be at 14 degrees of Leo, and the end of the month at 23 degrees of Leo. Okay, so where is that love? What is that love going on in your 6th house? Now, the same as Venus being there in Leo, on September 1st, we will also have Mars conjunct Venus in your 6th house. So possibilities of getting work that you love is greatly improved at the beginning of the month. Now, Venus being retrograde is still going back, and Mars is going forward, so they will be separating. Mars will be going into Virgo on the 26th at 0 degrees, and at the end of the month it will be 10 degrees of Virgo. Okay, so your work, getting more organized, doing what you really want to do. But at the beginning of the month, it's in Leo. Okay, what kind of work? What kind of work that you love? Or is that even just a love of self? That you are actually going on a health routine and loving yourself more than those addictions that tend to add a spare tire around our waist. Jupiter. Jupiter is multiplying, okay? Jupiter, that spiritual quest, wisdom, expansion, long journeys, justice, law, truth, and banking. Jupiter is in Virgo, and Jupiter will be in Virgo all month. It starts out at 4 degrees and ends at 10 degrees, and you see Jupiter is in a sign for approximately a year. So Jupiter multiplying in your 7th house of marriage, contracts, partnerships, relationships. Look for these things to multiply in the coming year. Saturn. Saturn is that teacher, that lord of karma, structure, teacher of lessons, restraint, self-discipline, liberation. Recently it had been retrograde in Scorpio. The loss, depression, and pain. You have Scorpio in your 9th house. Your 9th house of long-distance travel, higher learning, spiritual quest. The Scorpio is that I desire, intuitive, determined, intense. What have you been learning recently? Saturn is in Scorpio at 28 degrees, and on the 18th it will be moving to 0 degrees of Sagittarius. Sagittarius in your 10th house, your career house, the status, fame, father. It's in the sign of Sagittarius, the IC, enthusiastic, adventurous, optimistic. Saturn, that teacher. Have you learned your lessons regarding your career? While Saturn was in the 9th house, have you been learning those lessons? What lessons have you been learning? What lessons are you going to now apply to your career? All right, coming up at the end of the month. What have you learned? What are you going to be applying? Saturn's that teacher. Are you learning? Are you teaching? Now we have Uranus. Uranus, that unexpected. Freedom, invention, social reform, intuition, sixth sense, revolutionary liberation. And we have Bella barking. Hold on a minute, people. Bella has to put her 2 cents in. Okay, does that sum up Uranus for you? Unexpected. You're doing things and unexpectedly things change. And Uranus is retrograde. So the individual, the nonconformist, Aries, the I am. Uranus is retrograde at 19 degrees of Aries, and it will stay at 19 degrees of Aries. And Uranus is going into your 2nd house of earnings, wealth, possessions. Remember, we are letting go of. What are we letting go of? Are we creating new ways to bring a financial income into our possession, into our home? What kind of change? Is it a new monetary system? Is it a barter? Is that what we are going to start to do? We know that things are changing, and we know we have to change things. How are we going to change things? Pisces, we are usually the intuitive and thoughtful And it's like we know that something's coming, okay? We know that out of tragedy people come together in love, but we also need leaders. Neptune, the illusion and the delusions, the tendency to escape with alcohol and drugs. It's also a quite Christ-like universal love, learning to live and love as the symbolic Christ-like, whether it is Buddha or any of the other spiritual teachers. That is the symbol of getting the God, that good orderly direction in our lives. We become more psychic with dreams and visions, and when Neptune is retrograde, the truth is revealed. Right now, Mercury is retrograde at 8 degrees in Pisces, and it will be going back to 7 degrees retrograde in Pisces. And remember what we said about the Neptune being in opposition from our Sun. Right here we have the Neptune in opposition to the Sun. So we are going to be seeing things more clearer in our relationships. Alright? Now, we have Pluto. Pluto, that death, transformation, rebirth, a transmutation of energy, a renewal of life force. Pluto is in Capricorn, and it is retrograde. It will be retrograde until the 25th, when it goes direct at 12 degrees of Capricorn. And that's where it ends the month, at 12 degrees of Capricorn. And Capricorn is over in your 11th house. The Capricorn energy of I use, ambition, determination, responsible. And it's in with your hopes and wishes, your friends and associates. What new changes are coming regarding your friends? What new changes are coming that are dealing with your hopes and wishes? Now, you saw on the bottom of that, or see on the bottom of that, where the retrograde is dealing with our inner fears. Where have we been dealing with our inner fears concerning our friends? Have we been putting our friends through tests of loyalty? Have we found out which one of our friends are loyal and which aren't? Is that what we are going to be letting go of when the full moon, that super full moon lunar eclipse, comes along on our way? Okay, we have a lot of things that are changing. Okay, a lot of things going on. Now, if you see here, we have Uranus that is square to Pluto. Okay, unexpected change is going to be occurring, you know, in our 2nd house and in our 11th house. All right, don't give more. Okay, don't give more energy, more financial energy, more of to your friends than you can afford to give. If you give more, then you're going to be depleted, and we know that that does no good when we deplete ourselves. Okay, if you give away all the eggs out of the basket, we have no eggs to hatch to have more eggs. Okay, so be aware of that, and don't give too much. And we are going to be doing that tarot reading now. Okay, so let's shuffle the cards. Let's shuffle the cards and see where and what and all that kind of good stuff we are going to be getting and bringing upon us in September 2015. So, Pisces, let's see, what do we have going on? Alrighty, on the bottom we have the moon. The moon, our emotions. We also see the glyph for Pisces on the bottom of that, right there. We do have our emotions. We are hopefully getting firm in our emotions and understanding that that genius hinges on insanity only when we're not true to ourselves. So to keep that emotional balance, okay, you really have to be true and honor yourself, no matter how crazy and unusual it might be to someone else. To a Pisces, that's normal. Yeah, we're a little bit different. We swim in different directions than others, and that's okay too. All right? It's being happy and content with the self that is going beneath you, the energy that you have to work with. As we start out with the first house of self, body, appearance, and we have Neptune in there, that illusion delusion. How are you seeing yourself this month, Pisces? The truth is being revealed. You have been working. You have great strength. The Nine of Wands. You see the moon. You see Sagittarius in there. Happy, fun-loving things coming for you in September. It's like, yay! I like being happy. How about you? In the second house, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the material gain. You also see Venus and Virgo in there, okay? That love, Venus organizing. Okay, we have Uranus in there. What are you doing? What are you doing creatively in order to bring in more money than usual? In the third house, the third house of communication, siblings, short trips, you have the Six, the Lovers card. You also see the glyph of Gemini in there. Okay, communications, Taurus, the I have, strength, patience, values. Are you going to be talking with your siblings this month? Are you going on a trip to see your siblings? Are your siblings coming to visit you this month? Whatever it is, you're going to enjoy it, because the first three, the first six are all about you. I'm feeling good, I have some money, and I'm going on some trips and enjoying myself. In the fourth house of home, mother, sacred space, property, you have the Six of Swords. I'm sorry. You have the Six of Swords, the earned success. When we read cards, we say every card paints a story. It paints a picture. What is that story telling you? Okay, the earned success. You have Mercury and Aquarius glyphs in there. Aquarius, humanitarian. Mercury being the communications. Gemini is already in the fourth house right now. Okay, what is that communication? Swords, mental, illness, communication, travel, all depends on how it is aspected. Are you going to see your mother in the month of September? Are you going home? Are you traveling? Is someone traveling to see you in your home in the month of September? In the fifth house of fun, creativity, sex, and children, you have the Sun, the partnerships, everything under the sun. What is it that you want? The sun is shining on your fifth house of fun, creativity, sex, children, with Cancer in there, and Cancer is the I feel, understanding, sensitive, emotional. Alright? You're going to have a whole lot of fun with your family and friends in the month of September, Pisces. In the sixth house position, you have the Eight of Wands, the work, the swiftness, work coming in. Again, we see Mercury and Sagittarius glyphs in this card. Okay? What are we communicating? Well, we are communicating that we can work and have fun, because work is important to our health. Okay? If we don't do work that we like, then our health will suffer. Okay? When we are healthy, we find good places to work. We enjoy our work. We enjoy going and being productive. Okay? If you're not doing something that you really like to do, why are you wasting time? Okay? That first house is saying, yeah, you got it. You got it. Go out there and communicate. Love yourself. In the 7th house of marriage, contracts, partnerships, relationships, we have the 3 of Pentacles. That 3, that Trinity. Material works. You see Mars. You see Capricorn in there. Alright, Jupiter multiplying. Watch for the increase of people to work with. Watch for the increase of partners who want to come into your life. And that is not always as in a romantic partnership. Okay? There's money in there. There's money in partnerships. Be open to see where it is. In the 8th house. In the 8th house, you have the Star card. You have the Wish card. What is it that you would have if you wished a wish and it would come true? What are you wishing for? It's in your 8th house of inheritance, taxes, other people's money, and we can't forget those past life relationships. Are you waiting for your soulmate to step in through the door? Mercury communications. I guess that means that you've got to get out in the month of September, Pisces. Okay? Do you think he might step up to your door as a repairman? Well, I don't know. You have to remember, Mercury is retrograde, and you might need that repairman to come to your door. Alright? So unless you want to sit at home and wait for that repairman, get out. Go to the parks. Go to the libraries. Go to the grocery stores. Go to the places that you love. And smile. You never know if it might be your future husband or wife that you are smiling at for the first time. In the 9th house. In the 9th house of justice. Long distance travel. Higher learning. Spiritual quest. You have the Justice card. You have the Libra. You have Saturn that is in there right now in Scorpio. Okay, what are those lessons? Have you revealed some legalities and that is what you are waiting for? Are you learning or are you teaching legalities? Saturn is in there. Saturn is in there, Libra is in there, Justice is in there. Let's just hope that my lawsuit I filed will teach some people some lessons when truth will outweigh the lies. In the 10th house, in the 10th house of career, status, father, and fame, we have the Queen of Swords. Because of it being a general reading, the Queen, the older female, the wisdom, swords, mental illness, communication, and travel in the 10th house of career. We already have Sagittarius energy in there, that I see energy. Enthusiastic, adventurous, optimistic. What is it that you want to do with your career? Do you want to travel? Are you planning on traveling for your career? Are you planning on public speaking for your career? Are you writing for your career? What are you doing in your career that is expressive, that is using that mind, that is using that communications? Remember, Mercury's retrograde, so if you are traveling is another one of those that you can get insurance to make sure that your trip, if interrupted, is taken care of also. Okay? Always plan. Always plan. Don't stop at plan A. Alright? Don't stop at plan A. I always plan from A to Z, because I never know where it's going to stop. Seriously, I've got to make intense plans all the time. And I have to plan a change at 2.2 seconds too. That's why readings are sometimes difficult to get them all out, because I make plans, God laughs, and I gotta change them again. So Pisces, last but not least, thanks for hanging in there. I definitely didn't forget about ya. Okay, so let's get our attention back to the 11th house. Okay, the 10 of Cups in the 11th house. You see Mars and also Pisces in there. Some more work, some more good emotional. We have a lot of good emotional support coming from our friends. Our hopes and wishes, well, look at right beside. We have the wish card that's right beside. That's being emotional happy, emotionally happy. Okay, Pisces, we have one more card to go. I'm just about as excited as you are. And no, I didn't look until now. And now we have the 8. We have the Strength card. We have fought hard and long, and our challenges have made us stronger. We have gained that strength. And this is going into our 12th house of karma, secrets, hidden enemies, institutions. We have Aquarius, that I know, that humanitarian, original, futuristic. Yes, we have strength when we are our true selves, because we can be great, influential people in the lives of others around us. Okay? When we see things that need to be fixed and we are willing to step up to the plate, we will gain that karma, not just that strength that comes out of these challenges that we seem to endure, daily. I say I would love a dull and boring day sometime. Everything is always, exciting. I just never know what's going on. So, alright, let's start out with the bottom. If you look on the bottom, all of those 1, 4, 7, 10 houses would be cardinal signs. Cardinal is at the beginning of a season. Cardinal is the present. In the middle, we have the fixed signs. The fixed signs are in the future, okay? The fixed signs are in the middle of a season. On the top row, we have the mutable signs. The mutable are adaptable. The mutable come at the end of a season, and they represent the past. So let's start out on the top row in the past, and we see the Lovers, 8 of Wands, the Justice, and the 8 of Strength. And we have been through a whole lot. We have gained a whole lot of strength. And remember, if you have lived an honorable, harm none, do as you will life, you will be rewarded. Okay? You will get that justice of having lived that type of life, of trying not to lie, cheat, and steal, no matter how small that lie, cheat, or stolen item is. It all comes around. What goes around comes around. Now we're going to go down onto the first row, the bottom row, the present, And you will see the great strength, the earned success, material wealth, and the Queen of Swords. Say what you mean what you say, don't say it mean, but make sure that your dollars are counted, okay? There's going to be some income, some financial, some energetic rewards that we have been, yeah, we've been waiting for. We earned it. We earned it. Let's not deny it. We earned it. And that's what's coming in. So claim those rewards. Alright? Say thank you. That's all. That's all. Okay? Somebody wants to give you. Alright? Say thank you. Say thank you for your blessings and bless them back. Even if it is just a thank you. Even if it is just a smile. Bless another person. In the middle row, you have the future that is coming. And we see that material gain, the sun, the star, the perfected success. That is saying, yeah, our wishes are coming true, because we do believe in miracles. We do believe, you know, when we wish upon a star, makes no difference who we are, as long as we believe. And Pisces, please don't stop believing that miracles really do exist, because they do. I've experienced, I have seen, so it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to September. This is my prototypes, and October's is going to be a better format, and November's is going to be the final, how it's going to be. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to September. And if you would like a private reading to see details of what you are looking forward to also, please be sure to get a hold of me. And until then, I will see you, love you, bye.